Yes, it was snapshot day. Okay, some really nice updates here in this week. One, I can give myself an effect of whatever I want, let's say saturation, for an infinite amount of time now. So I no longer need to type in 9999 furiously. I can just type in infinite amplification and then hiding particles. So now I have saturation forever. I love this so much. Didn't expect them to do something like that. Number two, smithing template color options can now be applied to the same color armor. So gold and golden chestplate will now work. You can put netherite on netherite, you can put iron on iron, and you can now trim leather as well, including dyed leather. So this is what it looks like. You can barely see it. Let's try this. You can now right click to swap out existing armor. Yeah, it's just darker. So you can do this now. Cool. But a much cooler effect is doing this. And then landing right here. That's nice. Some other things you can look out for yourself is the glint strength. You can actually disable the enchantment glint now. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I do want to talk about what has ruffled a few feathers in the community, which is the latest change to the Create New World menu screen. I'm not entirely sure why this change was made. It could be about parity with Bedrock, it could just be they're trying to introduce new things to the Create New World menu, but let me go through why this doesn't really work. Firstly, this is the Create New World screen for Bedrock Edition. Now this isn't perfect by any stretch of the word, but it is quite similar now to the way the Java screen looks. So you've got world name, game mode, difficulty, allow cheats. World name, game mode, difficulty. Allow cheats isn't here because allow cheats exists on this tab. You've got game rules here and the world seed, and then cheats, you also have even more game rules here. So it's pretty clear where everything is here. Now let's go over to Java. Instead of a sidebar with tabs, you've got them at the top. Game, world, and more. It is not entirely clear that these are tabs because Java really only has one aesthetic. Buttons. These look like buttons. So it's never really clear whether this means it's disabled or it's been selected. And Bedrock has a strong divide for the sidebar, so you know that's a sidebar. For Java, there's no divide for the top space and the bottom space. And it has a very empty feel compared to what it was like before. This, of course, being what it was like before, where everything is laid out in the same space. Game mode, difficulty, allow cheats, data packs, game rules, more world options. With this, if there's anything I would modify, it would be to change this layout so it doesn't look so much like this, because otherwise it looks really confusing. Game rules one works because it looks really different. This one, not so much. I love this so much though. Next week's UI update, choose your seed with a slider. Just imagine if they actually do that, because right now you still have to input the number, which is fine, but imagine this, how unglorified. If there's one thing Bedrock excels at, it is presentation. But as many things are for this game, maybe it's something you just gotta get used to.